Retrieve the 4 colored flags and return them to their base. X marks the spot. Click the mouse button to use your sword when not carrying a flag. Collect all of the treasure to continue to the next game.
That's different. Not sure what this is gonna look like. Whoa. Oh geez. Let the booty jokes commence. Just like in Revenge of the Flying Dutchman.
Good job! You've located a gold ring!
What do I want? A flag? Or do I want booty? I feel like booty's a better thing to have than a flag. I don't really care about having a flag personally. There we go.
You've collected a treasure chest.
Give me big. That's not right. That's not where I need to be. It'd be nice if I had a map or something. Like in... Oh, what was it? Like in Operation Krabby Patty.
Well done.
This actually does feel a lot like a game for Operation Krabby Patty. A lot more than any of the other mini games in this have. Because you have that same top-down view. Yeah, I feel like we just have two completely separate things to do here. We have the whole flag thing, and then we have collecting all the booty. Those are two completely separate goals. So where's the other X? Where's the X for this flag? Leave me alone. Cool. There we go. It's got hidden. So basically it's just looking for a bunch of stuff in a bunch of different places. These guys don't really chase you or anything though, so it doesn't seem like that big of a deal. Walking around with a flag. I do remember the X for this one being up towards the top left or something like that. That's interesting. The cursor actually is kind of locked to the terrain. You see the cursor when Spongebo's walking around. The cursor is actually staying in the same place in the game world. So if I don't continually move the cursor, Spongebob won't keep moving. Can I walk on top of this or something, or what? How do I get that? There you go.
You've found a credit card.
Cool, I guess. Combat! Okay, Spongebob, you're done. Calm down. Some riveting action. I believe the blue X was in the bottom left. I think that was the first X that I saw. Why is there any music here? Most other games have music. Oh. There you go. And how many are left? There were 4 flags, I thought. These guys aren't very aggressive. I get points for hitting them, though. So I figure I might as well. The flags usually seem to be in approximately the opposite side, I think, of the map. I think that's been the case so far. So you could try following that rule of thumb. It's kind of weird. It's kind of like an almost capture the flag type of idea, except nobody's really chasing you and you don't have to defend anything. Basically just pick up a few things and put them back in other places with some enemies in between. It's just finding a lot of things.
Scurvy dogfish were no match for no
Except certain things have to be found in certain
fellow
orders.
pirates. Arg. Click the mouse button to move Spongebob around the loading platform. Push all of the crates through the hole in the center. Clear all 3 levels to continue to the next game.
What's the idea here? Okay. Also, I saw no music. Hey, what are you doing? Bobbio. Push. There you go. That's a really bad sounding sound. Doesn't sound healthy.
Yeah!
Alright. I guess just some simple... No. Some simple puzzle doing is all I need here. Oh, okay. Don't know why we want to do that, pushing all these blocks in the holes. This one didn't really have much of a justification in the preceding cutscene, like the other parts did. And it's not very puzzly so far either. Of course, we're only on the 2nd level. Wait, are there only like 3 levels? Not that I want there to be a bunch of levels, because this is really slow. Pretty sure SpongeBob has pathfinding. That's the most interesting part of this game. You can just tell SpongeBob to go somewhere and he'll go there. It's not a test of your intelligence, but a test of his. Like I'm gonna tell him to go over here. SpongeBob. I know you can do it, come on. There we go, that's the limit of what he can do. No, he can't quite do that. He's trying. There you go. Not too bad. It has some limitations, so SpongeBob can find his way around. It's kind of funny though, because you don't even really have to figure out how to navigate this way. It's not that it's complicated or there's any actual puzzle to navigate in this area, but you don't even have to think about it. You just have to think out where you want SpongeBob to be, and you click on that particular place, and then he figures it out for you. He does the thinking for you. I don't know what just reminded me of it. Something just brought it to mind. I'm guessing I can't push out of... I guess I can't push a block into another block. But there was a SpongeBob... I think it was... I don't remember what type of game it was specifically, but... or like what platform it was on. But it was on the Nick website. And... oh, how am I going to do that? Okay, I got it. But there was a SpongeBob game on the Nick website that was... this weird kind of submarine something. It was basically first person. And there wasn't really anything SpongeBob-y about it other than the fact that you can see SpongeBob characters' faces in a couple spots, I think. But the idea was... oh, it's called Bumper Boats. That's what it was. You basically pilot a submarine, and the idea was you had to run into the sides of your opponents, which were SpongeBob's friends. I don't know if that game's actually still anywhere online. I don't know if I'd ever do Let's Plays of like little small Flash games, or well, not even Flash, I don't think that was, but little small games like that. Because I wouldn't even get 15 minutes out of one of them. I don't know what I would do to fill in that time, but it would be cool and be appropriate for this channel. I have done a couple. I did 3D Pinball Panic and that one 3D mini golf, or not mini, but 3D golf game. But those ones are longer games.
This may not be the best time to ask,
was wondering if maybe, if it's not too much trouble, if I could possibly, get a raise at the Krusty Krab.
A raise? Have you been sniffing whale bubbles again, Spongebob? Now get me out of this here brig before I decide to make Squidward Employee of the Month.
What? That's crazy talk! Aye, aye, Captain. I'll get you out of there right away.
I feel like I have the upper hand in this negotiation. You don't give me a raise, I don't let you out.
Answer trivia questions correctly.
Oh no, and read the trivia.
Release your crabs from the cage. As the timer counts down, wrong answers will be removed.
I'll see you
Score
then.
At least 500 points.
And we're all talking a
continue
bit
to the
about
next game.
possibilities of, I don't know,
I'm ready.
or not possibilities of playing certain things. Anyways, see you in a bit. I'm not sure why, but the music isn't playing this time. When I started the game, there was no music playing, and it's still not playing now. Since that music would be skipping a lot and would be sped up anyways, I doubt it makes much difference, so I'm not going to worry about it. Anyways, I was somewhat pondering the possibility of making videos of old Spongebob games that were on the Nickelodeon website a long time ago. There are a few possible issues with that, and I don't make any promise of ever playing them. But it's simply something that occurred to me. He would probably want more than that. I like the idea of him as a gladiator, but the potential issues would be, 1. I don't know if all of the games still exist or can be accessed. I have a feeling that many of them were taken down from the Nickelodeon website. I know that 3D Golf and 3D Pinball Panic and the SpongeBob movie game that was on the Nick website were all taken off. That probably means that lots of other games were also taken off the site, and I don't know if anybody saved them. Even if they did, I don't know where. Other potential issues include not being able to play the games even if I have access to them, because they might run on software that doesn't exist anymore. For example, I don't know if there's a place online where you can download 3D Groove normally anymore. Thankfully, somebody kept the installation files, and you can still install it through the download they put up somewhere else. But I think the original developers behind 3D Groove have effectively disappeared. The same might be true for other software that... Grabby, Mrs. Krabs, wait, Hurricane. But that might also be the case for other software that was used to run other hit games, and some of them might not have been preserved. I would hope so, but I can't assume that that's the case. Even if the software still exists, I don't necessarily have any web browser that supports it. So there is a lot of potential for technical issues. On top of all of that, if I did play those games, I don't know what the format would be, because most of them would probably offer 5 minutes of entertainment at most, so they wouldn't really merit their own episodes. SpongeBob. A ghost, I believe. Patchy would have been interesting. I don't remember Mr. Krabs having a Halloween party. Did they actually make up a bunch of things for these trivia games? I always get them right, but I think that's just because I select the most sensible option. There's almost always 1 or 2 options that are very obviously wrong anyways. In any case, another idea would be to either make really short videos. That's weird. It's hard to tell through all that hair. 5014. I like that answer. And it actually wasn't removed until the end. Usually the obviously wrong answers are removed first. Anyways, I could either make a really short video for each game, which wouldn't work well with my current upload schedule, where I normally put up a 15-minute video for each series each weekday, or I can make slightly bigger compilation videos where I play more than one game in one video. But then I couldn't title the videos after those games most likely, because the title would be too long. And I want some stocks. Hooray. Why did they ask so many visual questions? Sometimes, being able to see the person in question doesn't actually help. For instance, I can't see the bumps on Mr. Krabs' back very well from here. I also find it interesting that Mr. Krabs simply keeps repeating money as we play. Again though, this is simply all hypothetical, and just something that occurred to me idly as I was playing this game just now. And I'm talking about it now aloud because I don't have much else to talk about, and it also seems fairly relevant to what I'm doing here and now, since I'm playing a SpongeBob game. But don't take it as a promise that I'll play anything of that sort, because as a result of the potential technical issues that I named, it might not even be possible. Mr. 2 of them are Mr., and the 4th is Hickety Pickety. This one's a little strangely easy, because 3 of them are obviously untrue anyways, but a person would reasonably know that from the show if they watched it in any meaningful capacity, so I think that could have been a decent trivia question, but the potential answers they gave for it ruined that potential. Oh well. I like the sound of Mr. Krabs walking around. I think this trivia game has overstayed its welcome a little bit now, but that might just be me getting impatient with having to speak slowly again, after having had to do so once already tonight. We're almost done, at least. Little guy, Mr. Doodles. Me money. Oh! Little guy would be a weird name. I have no idea. Wormy, of course, is the name of, well, Wormy, that became a butterfly. But nothing else seemed reasonable either. Final question. I don't have as good of a score as normal here. I'm not totally sure why. What? That's a very subjective question. I personally am partial towards the meat answer because they are big, meaty claws. Oh well. With all of that out of the way, we can wait for the score to finish climbing, and then everything will wipe to black, and I'll see you guys in the next episode of Let's Play SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom for the PC. We're fairly close to the end now, I think, but we're not quite there yet. There's still the chum bucket to do after this area too, but there's also more stuff to do here in the graveyard. See you then.